How you doing, YouTube? Matt Mass Beer Reviews. Back with a little bit of mystery beers. Courtesy of my boy Steve. Look at that. Actually marks some mystery beers. I know I got this one right. It's got to be a first time for everything. Yeah, Steve, or Steven, as I like to call him, he likes to toss out a box of beer every now and then. And when he does so, it's usually a couple two-tree mystery beers involved. And that's a beautiful thing. For those that don't know what mystery beers are, people take beers like this and wrap them in a shroud like this, and they send them off, and then I review them. I talked about them, whether I like them, I don't like them, all that fun stuff. Then when I'm done talking about everything, we unwrap it and see what we got. Now, classic wrapping here. The big difference on this one is it's very thin, to where if I just pulled my finger a little bit, I'd tear through and I'd be able to see the beer, and it kind of is very tantalizing. It's very kind of like, you know, it's almost like a sexy piece of lingerie or something like that, where it's like it's still hiding what's beneath, but it's much thinner, much more revealing, even though it's still covering. I don't know. Did I have to make it sexual? I don't know why. Anyway, what is that? That's clear beer. That's what that is. I mean, at first glance, knee-jerk, you want to go, okay, we're talking about macro beer all the way. Cannot be macro beer. There's no way this is macro beer. Want to know why? There's a soft bit of particulate floating around in this sucker. Ever so slight. I don't even know if it's going to come off on camera. So from a distance, what do I think? Old school pale ale. I don't think it's going to be a saison, but it could be some kind of like a Belgian single. Something along those lines, maybe. But I don't think she's macro beer. She has a kind of macro head to her. Nice cream, fluffy head. Super tight, compact bubbles. Already has lacing kind of floating around there. Rich golden color. Super clear sands, a little bit of that kind of particulate floating around. Let's get a nose. Okay. I don't think we're macro, but we're way closer than I thought we'd be. Very subtle sweetness. Maybe like a little Pilsner malt. Maybe like a little bit of lemon. Or like a banana phenolic on the yeast, but nothing. Nothing impactful. Everything's very subtle. I don't smell any kind of lager vibes off this. So I don't think it's a lager. I don't think it's Pilsner. Kolsch, sure. Again, I'm still kind of eking towards a Belgian vibe on this one, even though I'm not getting huge kind of Belgian esters from that yeast profile. For something about it kind of makes me go there. But we're going to find out when we taste it. That's going to be the tell-all on this one. Cheers. Well, it's definitely not Belgian. Let's put it that way. When you're wrong, you're wrong. This has got to be macro, right? This has got to be macro. Ooh, hopefully it's not. I'll get kind of a set if, depending. It tastes like somebody's macro lager, sans that corn syrupy vibe to it. So it doesn't have much lager going on with it, but it just has that kind of soft macro lager vibe to it, minus that corn bit and piece. So I could see this being somebody's version, their version of a macro lager, like a crafty brewery. Clean, crisp, nothing negative, nothing off flavor, nothing as far as like your typical dimethyl diacetyl, all that stuff, not nearly there. Not much as far as bittering component, a little soft bittering component to it. This is a hard one. It doesn't even have like that lack of that kind of adjunct lager corniness is just not there. This is, you know what? I need to not pussyfoot around the subject here. This is somebody's 4.8% Kolsch. Craft, it's not macro. Done and done. 4.8% Kolsch. Yeah, that's all we got. Let's see how wrong I am here. This is Trillium beer. Oh, Treehouse beer. Wanderer. It is unfiltered Helles lager at 5% alcohol by volume. Didn't really get much as far as lager off of this, to be perfectly honest with you. It came off way more Kolschy than me. As far as what this actually is, it says Wander is an unfiltered German-style Helles lager and meticulously lightly technically brewed beer utilizing traditional techniques and ingredients. Wander is crisp, bright, and immensely enjoyable. Straw color, puffy, white foam, carries over flavor profile, doughy malts. Didn't really get much of that. Light straw, I can get down with that. Clean lager yeast. It's a clean beer, it's a crisp beer, but I really didn't get lager off of this. And just the right dash of zippy, noble hops. I mean, it did have that soft little bitterness. It was too well made to be macro. But you could tell this is based off of somebody's version of what they want macro beer to be. It was just too well done, too tasty to be macro. That's why I kind of said Kolsch. I'm okay with what I said because I believe it comes off more as a ale as opposed to a lager. But again, at this point, you're talking 5.5% alcohol by volume. I said 4.8% Kolsch, 5% Helles lager. I'm okay with everything I said. Crisp, clean, refreshing, chuggable. I think it's damn tasty. What was the other one that I had from these guys? What was the other kind of little lager I had? I thought that was a bit better, a little bit more expressive. Not that you want a huge, over-the-top, expressive flavor profile when it comes to kind of 5% Helles lager. But, I mean, like I said, this just comes off a little bit more kind of ale-y than lager to me, but kind of splitting hairs at this point. It comes off crisp, it comes off well done, comes off chuggable, and just in the end, I just needed to kind of talk myself off that ledge of it being a macro beer. It was just way too well made. That little bit of unfilteredness kind of tipped its hand. I wanted to talk myself out of that based off of the nose, but going into it is just too damn well made to be a macro level stuff. Not that some macro beers can be quite nice, but this had just a little bit of extra cleanliness, squeaky cleaniness, if you will. And I'm 1,000,000,000% okay with everything I said. Let's talk about it. One of the better ones I've had as of late lagers? Sure. One of the better crispy boys, let's put it that way. Yes. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a great lager. I would just call this a great chugger beer. I think that's a good thing. Value and availability, no idea. Steve, if you want to let us know what's what when it comes to pricing on this, or anybody out there in the whole treehouse world that knows the pricing, and leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like chuggable drinkers. Hopefully they're doing this proper, dropping this in the $2 and change range, hopefully, per beer. Because if I can get a 4-pack of this for $10 or less, I'm a happy camper. So there you go. Another review in the books. Burps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of lager right now, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.